there, there's a lot of space between that body and the hitbox. So a lot of tools there, not to mention the off-stage game might come into play. But first you're going to have to get a hit in Despair, saying this is my name for a reason, not able to finish the stock. But man, you already got 96%. You might as well finish it already.
Yeah, I'm surprised at that second electric link, right? It looked like it was very far away from Ness, but Despair having the knowledge, having the confidence to still let it rip. Got himself a fat lead out of it, but couldn't complete it into a stock. So let's see, BaconBreath, you have something to bring this one back. Wow, gonna armor right through it. That's a command grab, by the way, but it also has armor and a hitbox at the end.
It's a good move. It's a good move. That's what it sounds like. Oh, you went off stage, gave up a lot of stage control, but that might be it.
Yeah,
Goodbye.
absolutely. Hell's Gate gonna send you to the West Coast, to the real hell, Los Angeles.
That's so rude. Well, I don't know. It looked like Despair right there was actually the one in hell. So many PK fires coming in. Just keeping Despair on the left side of the stage. And BaconBreath just trying to force the edge guard, but just not spaced properly. And Despair's second time he's gotten up and actually punished BaconBreath for it.
Wow, I'm surprised the backswing of that up smash was what ended up connecting right there, but BaconBreath going to take that and run with it. 52% on himself. That's not too bad. I feel like Ness can get 1 or 2 grabs and even the odds real quick. You just got to avoid these wild swings from Despair here. Man is not stopping. What? The crumple OTG? Am I watching Marvel?
It feels like it. It feels like it, all right.
Oh, now we might be. Oh, never mind. Okay, the down throw electric not going to work out there. BaconBreath just holding out, and I guess he ran out of the stage or just went too far. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, now, right now Despair is just commanding this so well and just really dictating the entire pace. Your BaconBreath is kind of, you're probably already thinking about game number 2, but I would really like to see maybe some more aerials and grabs, just because you're getting so close to Despair, and Despair's just hitting you once and you're exploding.
What a sick roll read, bro. How'd he beat that cross up like that? That's crazy. It's like he knew in advance.
Yeah, sometimes you just hit the A button and your character does it for you. And, like we say, sometimes you hit the A button and your character does it for you.
Yep. Of course, Kazuya, he's going to turn around automatically. For those of you guys who don't know, we're just clowning. But yeah, that was a pretty dominant game 1 by Despair. I'll keep it a stack. It didn't look like BaconBreath really even got a chance to get a combo started, and you need to do that against Kazuya. Also, very bold to allow him final destination for game 1. I didn't even think about it because the match was
like, how are you
so
going to
fast.
land? Where are you going to go?
Yeah.
But that is game number 1. Hopefully, BaconBreath has a better has a nice counter pick. We'll find out. I mean, it's interesting just because you want to say Ness can do it, and Ness has some tools to make it difficult, but just BaconBreath didn't really use any of them. BaconBreath was always kind of in Kazuya's face, and that's not where you want to be. Yeah,
I feel like the edge Ness has in the neutral is you're able to kind of poke at him and bother him with these forward airs, and then you could DJC into Magnet to stay low to the ground, throw another aerial out, maybe even turn backwards for that very safe back air to just create that space, don't get shield grabbed, etc. But, of course, it's looking like Despair just has a bit more of a thorough game plan, a little bit more practice under his belt perhaps, and he got rewarded for that game 1. Again, also just you got to know the matchup and what stages Kazuya is busted on.
Well, some people might say every stage, so be careful on how you ask that question.
Yeah, FD though, that's like the auto ban. That's like Marth in Melee on FD.
Or Ice Climbers on FD.
Yeah.
Just a really, really difficult battle to win. But BaconBreath doing way better right now when using those aerials, those nairs, and then kind of leaving the situation afterwards. Tried to cross up, but you can't cross up this character. Come on, BaconBreath. Hopefully you know that much.
Yeah, at the very least, you can cross him up when he's blocking, right? He won't be able to get a shield grab to the backside of him, so that's the one edge you have, even with auto turnaround in play. However, off stage, that's another department in which Ness really does excel. Kazuya's not awful off the stage, but his recovery's not phenomenal. So you see Despair dropping the first stock here, getting opened up. No, okay, good SDI out of the PK fire.
But still getting a lot of damage. BaconBreath looking a lot better. And, a little bit too close, but fortunately Despair was not able to follow up, and BaconBreath still alive for the moment.
Okay, gonna air dodge to the ledge. Very typical for Ness. Don't want to waste all that time going for PK Thunder 2. Just get your feet planted right into Kazuya's jab.
Like, I would just stay on that platform. It was safe there.
Misses the electric, has to settle for just a grab here, but the ledge trap continues. No, mixed up by the multi-hits on shield.
Yeah, Max, we were talking about that earlier. BaconBreath needs to use that forward air, space it out, poke with it, and that's really how he was able to land just now.
Oh, send him to the other real hell, Washington, D.C.
Whoa!
Sorry, brother. I couldn't talk on New York like that.
Don't worry, we're talking about Jersey, all right?
Hey, Jersey, most underrated state in the country. Let's keep it a stack. Voted #1 place there is a family, by the way.
All right, New York's little brother. You get the limelight one day.
I live closer to Manhattan than most people from Brooklyn, bro.
But
anyway.
Yeah, either way, Despair, actually trailing by quite a bit right now. A large difference from what we just saw actually last game.
Yeah, for real. I mean, that early start, right, with Despair failing to recover, definitely going to set him off on the right foot, and he's keeping it going, to his credit. It's not just one lucky edge guard. No, when he has the lead, he feels a lot more comfortable, as you should against Kazuya.
Yeah.
Character does not thrive in approaching situations.
Even there throwing in a grab, I don't think we saw even one grab attempt last game. Oh, you can't air dodge out of that. BaconBreath, a ton of damage right there. And it's free damage. That's the best type of damage. 65, kind of getting Despair maybe 1 or 2 openings away from actually being liable to losing that stock.
Oh no, another Hell's Gate. See, can't do anything off it though. That air dodge from Ness just travels too far. It's got great invincibility on it. You have to be very precise to punish that. Another one. Wow, I'm actually surprised it didn't straight up kill. Town has short sides, and that command grab has deceivingly high knockback. Oh, looking for the 2-frame though. Okay, Despair trying to put himself back in this game. I love that. The down B to just hop over the PK Fire, get himself to the ground safely. Can you finish this stock? No, it just looks like every time he goes for an edge guard, BaconBreath is right back in there.
Yeah, and I mean, BaconBreath, great job right now. Doesn't really need to take any of these risks, but back throw did do it. I wasn't quite sure, actually.
Yeah, me neither, honestly. We all know that's a super strong throw, but he was a good ways towards the center of the stage. Kazuya is a very heavy character. And, of course, then you get the additional X factor of Town's small horizontal blast zones. You mention it I at least mention it every time I see that stage. It's like a compulsion, but I guess that's what did him in, because I feel like on most stages that far in, Kazuya might have had one more.
Yeah, that's what I think so as well. Maybe the DI was also a little off. Very possible. But either way, 1-1 between these two. But got to imagine the stage played a large role that time and really allowed BaconBreath to kind of get that lead. And which, as you said, Max, BaconBreath looked a lot better with the lead than he did without a lead. But we have a character switch. If one DLC doesn't win, let's go to another one. Sephiroth instead. And
wow.
we're talking about how Ness has a couple disjoints. This character has a plethora of them to choose from. So it's going to be really fun to watch BaconBreath try to actually get past his sword and find a hit.
Yeah, definitely going a couple gaps down the tier list with this switch to Sephiroth from Kazuya. However, matchups are what matters the most, especially in a game with all these characters. Ness, typically known to struggle with sword characters. Sephiroth has the most range out of all of them, so we'll see how this pays off. Obviously, it's not that simple, right? Sephiroth has very precise swings despite their massive range.
Well, right now, the switch not looking the best, but one wing is online. So maybe we'll see if that's the equalizer that Despair needed. Does get one counter. Okay, and maybe that was all that was necessary. And goodbye, my friend.
He got the wing and then 3-pieced him. That was crazy.
Yo.
Counter, back air, forward air. Done.
No biscuit necessary this time.
Yeah, absolutely not. And no drink, honestly. That was kind of dry.
Yeah.
Here we go, though. 0% on BaconBreath. Still in a position to make a comeback. Let's see what he could do. Oh, wow. Somehow the blade dash goes right over that PK Fire. That could have been trouble for Despair. But his stock has certainly overstayed its welcome. Sephiroth's a very light character.
And this is kind of similar to what we saw on that last stock. Despair, if he gets you off stage, that might be all that she wrote. And just really just kind of jumping around and whiff punishing BaconBreath. Every time just like, hey, go for a dash attack, I'll move out the way and swing.
You're seeing this issue that Sephiroth has kind of universally with short characters. You got to get so low to the ground in order to hit them, especially with forward air. Back air is a little bit chunkier of a hitbox vertically, but, Ness should lose to swords, but he can naturally evade a lot of Sephiroth's swings just by getting under them. Hold on, though. That counter was huge. Oh, no. Too slow, brother. Yeah. Untechable off the wall. BaconBreath is right back in this, albeit down quite a bit.
A little unfortunate for Despair. Had the right idea, but as you said, was a bit too slow. But not slowing down by any means. Just using this grab so well. BaconBreath standing up, holding shield, and Despair just punishing time and time again. Yeah,
that's the X factor Sephiroth has, right? I mean, aside from one wing, which is a literal X factor mechanic, but, you have this giant sword. Your opponents are so tempted to shield. You can pick up a lot of free grabs.
And then, especially playing against a character like Ness, you get Ness off stage, you force an up special out of him, you just counter it. Take the stock all day, every day.
Yeah, you do still have to kind of line it up. Ness has the air dodge mix up, but for the most part, he's clipped if he gets knocked off. Oh, I love that down tilt. Noticing BaconBreath's tendency to air dodge to the ledge is kind of just a safety net for Ness players.
Yeah, and it's getting out of hand so quickly. Despair looking fantastic. I think this counter pick, it was looking a little suspect at first, but not anymore. Really solid after that first stop. And we got to pose. We got to pose.
Just doing a slice into the air, much like he did in the game. Definitely chopped Ness up right there, saying, man, get out of here. You got bacon breath, bro.
Yeah.
Brush your teeth.
Rough game for Ness. But I will say kudos, good adjustments, coming in at first, because game 1 looked really rough. Game 2 made those adjustments, most notably the stage, but game number 3, it was a wrap. Didn't have anything in the tank for Sephiroth.
Yeah, I feel like the switch really worked out. Kazuya was doing a lot of work in the beginning too, but maybe outside of Final Destination, he was like, all right, let me just keep it simple, play a more linear matchup, something where I don't have to be absolutely pixel perfect with my combos too.
Yeah.
We saw Ness naturally fall out of a lot of stuff
Absolutely.
in those first 2 games as well. So, yeah, I mean, good set overall though.